So I don't know about y'all, but I know most people are excited about the gameplay trailers and the combat cast, but for me, the thing I'm most excited about with these new DLC that Mortal Kombat has given us is the Johnny Cage narrated stories. I actually tweeted about this and actually compared the Johnny Cage narrations to Morgan Freeman and actually got some kudos from some of the creators of Mortal Kombat and the voice actor for Johnny Cage, because I think Johnny Cage does a really good job of laying out the groundwork for what we can expect from our new DLC characters and kind of throwing that Johnny Cage arrogancy and pizzazz that kind of is like, this is Mileena, and Mileena, he sounds like a smartass, and it's just kind of, I just thoroughly enjoy it. Y'all may not enjoy it, but I enjoy it. And I was looking forward to Mileena's trailer because I kind of wanted some backstory as to what our girl has been up to. We know that her main goal is going to be revenge, and that's what I really am excited about her being in the DLC. Don't get me wrong, I'm excited about Rain, I'm excited about Rambo, even with his time portal teleportation thing that I still can't get over. But nonetheless, I'm excited about Mileena because I honestly feel like this is like a side, we have like Mortal Kombat 11, we have Aftermath, and then I think we have like this side story like Mileena's Revenge, I'm picturing, I know Halloween's over, but in my mind I'm picturing a Scream poster with like all these characters that are about to like get killed or, get injured. Johnny Cage lays it out perfectly. We're talking about Kotal Kahn, we're talking about Jade, Katana, Baraka, in the cartons, as we can obviously see from the main, trailer that we see of her and Rain and Rambo, and Devora. And I know that's what everybody's excited about is Devora. I know that's what I'm excited about because, I mean, come on. We know what happens at MKX to Mileena, or the past Mileena. And so it's interesting to see what Mileena has been up to and, where has she been all this time? That's one of the main questions that's been on my mind is, we know that Kronika brought back past characters from Mortal Kombat. We see a lot of them in the Coliseum. We see them beforehand, before the battle. And if all these characters were, say, brought back at the same time, we don't necessarily know if that's true or not, but let's say they're brought back at the same time, we know that it must mean that Mileena and Rain were brought back at the same time as Shao Kahn and some of the others. So where has she been? What was she up to? What is she going to be doing? And I think this trailer lays it out pretty nicely because we know that in the Mortal Kombat 11, storyline that we have so far, she has her beef with Katana, Jade, and Kotal Kahn, and the fact that, in Mortal Kombat X, Mileena was Kahn, and she got captured by Kotal Kahn and his forces, and that's when Devora obviously executes her with the kiss of death, which was freaking awesome and a very gruesome way to die. So we know, obviously, the main beef is going to be Mileena getting her revenge on her past self from Devora, but then that was at the hand of Kotal Kahn as far as, like, being the one that says, casting judgment and killing, saying kill her. And then in that same sense now, in the new storyline scenario, which we have basically Kotal Kahn abdicating his throne after Katana beats Shao Kahn to be with Jade. Oh, how sweet. And so now we have Katana Kahn. So we have Mileena now probably wanting to, well, this is a part that I thought was it was not really confusing, but we obviously have this version of Mileena not quite, we don't really know what her motives are as far as her obviously wanting to be in control of Outworld again. It sounds like from some of her intros, talking about, doing stuff for daddy and mommy, saying that we need to play nice together, talking to Katana. So we obviously know that if she thinks her dad is around, that he's going to be the Khan of Outworld. So it doesn't look like she's going to betray him yet that we know of, because we know in Mortal Kombat anything is possible. So I would say in this storyline scenario, she's going to go after her revenge for Devora and obviously go after Kotal Kahn. I think Jade would just get in the way, obviously, to protect her man. And then she's going to obviously go after Katana just because they always have a long-time rivalry. But what's interesting to see is how she interacts with Shao Kahn and Sindel, because I'm guessing in this particular point in the timeline, which would be an aftermath, Shang Tsung hasn't actually killed them yet. So that brings up another scenario is Mileena going to go against Shang Tsung? Because if we were to go through the same storyline we've gone through with Aftermath, obviously we would see that Mileena would be grouped into that trio. It would be Mileena, Shao Kahn, and Sindel all on the same side versus Fujin and Shiva, Baraka, and the rest of them. So it's going to be very, very interesting. And there's just so many facets that you have to throw in there because you also have Scorpion, who, you know, you had the present Scorpion get killed by Devora, and the past Scorpion injures her enough to where she, you know, escapes, and it hasn't been seen since until I'm guessing the assassin Mileena smokes her out. But it's just really interesting to know that this one character is going to cause so much damage, or just, you know, basically throw a wrench in things. And I'm just really curious to see how that plays out. I'm just really excited to see that. The one question I still have is, what has she been doing this whole time? You know, I kind of been hinting at that is, you know, when we see her in the gameplay trailer, she is chasing down a Takartan, which before I think they were allies in some sense. So now we have it to where she obviously knows that the Takartans are not allies anymore. So for her to know that Barak and the Takartans have defected to work with Kitana, where would she know that from? How would she know that? So I'm really curious to know where her and Rain, you know, because Rain's, you know, in Tanya's canonical ending or non-canonical ending of Mortal Kombat 11 or Mortal Kombat X, sorry. She's not in Mortal Kombat 11 yet. Maybe in a future combat pack, we'll see. But we obviously know he's, you know, she betrays him and he's burned at the stake. So, you know, he has his revenge as well. It's just not as good as Mileena's, but we know that somehow they meet, obviously in the gameplay trailer, maybe by chance, but I'm really curious to see where Mileena's been. I wish we could see, maybe when she actually gets in the game, maybe they'll give us some type of story. I don't know if they will. I think they'll have various intros for the characters, and then of course she'll have her various endings, which I'd be really curious to see if one of them, obviously from the headpiece, we see where she does have like a Kahn headpiece. I think she does maybe betray her dad and become Kahn, or maybe she kills Kitana and becomes Kahn. You know, we have to kind of wait and see. But I'm really curious what our girl's been up to. Where's she been lurking? You know, if I was the past Mileena and I found out that, well, I mean, we assume that this Mileena is, well, obviously she's before she gets killed by Devora, obviously, but we don't know how far back exactly she's coming from. We have to assume that she finds out her fate. So who does she find that out from? Rain? I mean, did Rain actually see her get killed? We don't know. And when he escapes, I believe, and then he gets captured. Him and Tanya escape. So I'm guessing, we're assuming that this Rain comes about the same time as MKX, so before he's actually killed. So I'm guessing maybe she learns from Rain about her death, and then, because I know Rambo didn't tell her. Rambo doesn't know unless Rambo's been watching it like TV, like, you know, back in Vietnam in the 60s and 70s, watching Mortal Kombat 11 take place, or Mortal Kombat X. Anyways, it's just curious to think that she has been around for a while and she hasn't made herself known yet. The only reason she really makes herself known is because I guess she runs into Rain, or maybe they're both chasing down Takartans. You know, maybe they're going to be teaming up. I think Rain has his own storyline and stuff to go down, which really doesn't have anything to do with Mileena unless they want to be allies. Because I don't really think that Rain could be, you know, true demigod prince of Edenia, you know, Edenian prince, if he's going to have Kotal Kahn around. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? It's just interesting to see. I'm really, really curious. I know for some people are like, who cares about the backstory? Who cares what she's been doing? I mean, she could be eating hamburgers and, you know, just living the life. Maybe there's a beach in Outworld. Who knows what she's been doing? I'd be really curious to think, you know, what has she been doing? How did she get her information? Who told her? Has she been lurking around this whole time watching people that she's just planning to kill? Has she been mapping out what she's going to do? And then she's like, hey, I'm here. You know, we see a lot of stuff when the promotion about her and Liu Kang, and I think that's just, you know, just to give away because she's, you know, she's Mileena and she's got to kill regular people too, but I'm really curious. Let me know your thoughts below in the comments, what you think about Mileena as far as Mileena's revenge. I'm super excited about this. I think that she, out of all the DLC characters we got, I think she has the most purpose for her return. I think that's what I think a lot of people like about her character is that, you know, you're giving us a character that has a lot of things to do in the game. I mean, she has a lot of purpose in the game. There's a lot of characters that she needs to go up against to get her revenge. And so I think that gives it all the more worth for her to be in the game. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Are you excited about Mileena's revenge? We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. That's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed, hit that like button. If you want more videos like this one, make sure you smash that subscribe notification bell. I'll see you guys next time on the Mashup.